What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please do me a favor and like and subscribe. Hit the bell below if you want to get notified for new content. Today we're getting right into these brows. How to make flawless brows. Let's do it.
So guys, as you can see, I already filled in one of my brows off camera. So unintentional, I thought I was recording. But here we're gonna dive right in. I am using my angle brush to guide where I start on the other side, trying to make sure that my eyebrows are as even as possible. I'm creating my own little arch here. I do not have an arch, I just cleaned up my brows just a little bit. So I start on my bottom line, then I go right on top. As you can see, my eyebrows are kind of thin, so I have to create like a little extra arch on top. Then I just go right in and start filling in. So now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and start filling in the inner part of my brow. For you guys who don't know what I'm using, go ahead and take a look at that first video I posted. I list everything that I use for my brows, my makeup, etc. You guys are going to notice that I use my brush quite often while doing my brows. I want to make sure that they stay as natural looking as possible. So I just brush those hairs straight up. Now what you're going to see here is me taking my concealer with another angle brush. What I do is I create a line going straight across to make sure that they're even on both sides. I don't like for my eyebrows to be, off. You might hear me say it often. I try to make my brows as twinish as possible. And then I just go right over. And then I fill in with that concealer under the arch of my brow to make it nice and deep. And to cover up those extra little hairs that's under there too. I go right ahead and I do the same thing to the other side. This is just what we do to make sure that our brows are as clean as possible. So I get as close to my brow as I can, going right up into that arch, just to make sure it's all clean. Cover up all those hairs, ladies. So now we go straight in on top. I use a slightly darker shade on top of my brow than I did on the bottom. Again, you can go back and look at my first video to see what I use. I use a 15 and a 20 in Fit Me by Maybelline. It is a concealer. And what I'm doing here is making sure, again, that my eyebrows are even on both sides from the top. As you can see, it wasn't sitting right with me that this eyebrow was so lumpy. So I went in with my angle brush that I filled in my brows with, and I just cleaned it up a little bit. And then I'm going to go right back in with that other angle brush with my concealer, and I'm just going to try to continue to clean them. Now that I've cleaned up the top and the bottom of my brow, I'm just going to go right into the middle And I take that same angle brush and I go on the outside of my nostril and just swipe down to clean out any of that extra harsh lines that I don't need, or anything that makes my eyebrows extend past the point where I like them. This step is completely optional. I know some ladies like for their brows to go a little further over, but for me, I don't. So this is what I do. I go back in with my spoolie just to make sure those hairs are all going in the same direction and to get rid of some of those harsh lines before I get to blending. So now we are blending. We are blending all of that concealer right on in, the fun part, right? For those areas really close to the brow that has a tad bit too much concealer, just take your angle brush and pull that concealer right up and away from your brow. Now that we are completely done with blending, I take my spoolie and I spray it with some finishing spray. And then I go right in and I brush those eyebrows up. I like for my eyebrows to be set throughout the day. I like for my makeup to last. I like for it to be flawless. And we are finished, ladies. There is the finished product. What they say? It's the brow for me. Peace.